Cacio e Pepe in Rome is an institution, just like Colosseum. It contains the soul of a city devoted to grandeur, to majesty, but which never forgets the simplicity of its quarters. Cacio e Pepe might seem very easy, but its simplicity is only apparent. And indeed, as the main ingredients besides pasta are only two, the difficulty lies in balancing them perfectly and creating a savory and creamy sauce at the right point. If you want to find out the true secrets to prepare this pasta to perfection, you are in the right place. Stay with me to the end of this video. Cacio e Pepe has ancient origins. The shepherds of the countryside used to carry spaghetti, dried spaghetti, peppers and pecorino in their saddlebags. The secret of cacio e pepe lies as much in the ingredients as in the skill in preparing it. Fundamental to this typical dish of poor Roman cuisine is the creaming of the ingredients to obtain the famous creamy sauce. The right balance between cheese and cooking water is anything but simple. To make the ingredients amalgamate to form a cream, it is necessary to add the right amount of cooking water, alternating it with pecorino to obtain a good consistency. Please keep in mind, the original recipe doesn't call for oil or butter to make the cream. Ingredients: let's take the opportunity to do a general review on how pasta is cooked in Italy. You bring the water to a boil and only at that point you put the pasta in. So let's start by putting the water for pasta on the stove, remembering to add just a little salt to avoid the risk to make it too savory. Don't worry, pecorino will take care of the taste. At this point, we make the sauce. After a couple of minutes of cooking the pasta, when the white froth, which is nothing more than starch, begins to emerge in the water, pour a couple of ladles of boiling water into the pan with the pepper and let the pepper melt slightly. Even if many use the word cacio to refer to cheese in general, only this pecorino romano buccia nera can be used to make this pasta. Grate the cheese just before using it, then leave it aside. Now we will create the classic creamy cheesy sauce, and to do this we need to melt the cheese with water. But how can we avoid the formation of lumps and create the unpleasant glue effect? Simple, with cooking water. To do this, drain the pasta in the pan with the few ladles of cooking water I told you before. Mix it with the pecorino and toss it until you get the right creaminess. You just have to add some more grated pecorino and serve the pasta immediately. Cacio e pepe is ready. Enjoy it! course, as we have seen, the creaminess must be the main feature of this pasta, otherwise it would be a simple pasta with some sprinkle of pepper and some cheese on the top. There are a few people that add some grated lemon zest at the end. It helps to correct the acidity or to balance flavors. I do it sometimes, and believe me, it is really very good. What is the right pasta to be used? Right, we got a thing for spaghetti, but that doesn't mean that you can choose other types of pasta. Feel free to choose what you like best. I really think that spaghetti or mezze maniche taste better, but again, it's my taste. There are some people using bucatini or even peachy. Thank you for subscribing to Scola la Pasta. It's just a click for you, but for me is a lovely motivation to keep creating for this little community of Italian food lovers. And that's all for today. Scola la Pasta, the Italian way of making food.